Here I am at the Clayton Bypass. During the construction process of the Clayton Bypass, there was concern over an endangered species, the dwarf wedge mussel. That is part of the reason the red route is proposed. Along the protected route, if they found a way to deal with it at the Clayton Bypass, we suggest they find a way to deal with it with the protected route, which has already been approved for many years.
I think one of the questions that's come to us is, what about people's rights and the importance of the people here in Garner versus the mussels that we found in the area? Certainly at Town of Garner we respect endangered species and appreciate the value of endangered species. One of the things we'll note here at Town of Garner, we just spent $4.2 million on a brand new nature park and environmental education center at White Deer Park. And so we certainly are committed to the environment. We know there are lots of smart people that design roads. We know that folks figured out how to design the Clayton Bypass and work around the mussels in the area and protect those species. We also understand that in the Charlotte area, just outside Charlotte, there was a similar project, and folks were able to work around the endangered species that were impacted by some new roadways there in Charlotte. Back when the Clayton Bypass was being planned, the town amended its development regulations to help mitigate some of the issues around the mussels that were affecting the Clayton Bypass, and certainly those things should still be in place and will help in this scenario, we would think. I would also say the town's willing to commit and dedicate educational space at White Deer Park to help educate people about the value of mussels, about the value of endangered species, and certainly be willing to do that going forward.
I think it's a dying shame to live in a country like we do. The United States is the best country in the world, and our government thinks the mussels are more important than a human being. I don't care if they are on the endangered species list. Our government should think and consider people instead of mussels.
When I first saw the map and saw the red route on there and people were upset about it, I wasn't too upset because I thought there is no way this is a serious consideration. Because I looked at it and it was so absurd. It's like almost as if they had chosen what is the most destructive way you could come into Garner and split the town up. Well, one is you find what is the area of projected growth, one there's an investment in the planning and the infrastructure. We'll draw a red line through that. The other is look at the parks and the greenlands and draw a line through those, and in the process you take out more than 500 houses. It's almost like they found this is the way that we could most be divisive and destructive to the town of Garner. So I wasn't real concerned about it until I heard there were only two options left, and that was one of the options, and I thought, well gosh, maybe this is a serious consideration, as absurd as it looks.
You know, as a developer of the village of Davisboro, this certainly has a financial impact on me and the builders we've put in place here and the realtor team. But more importantly, we have a group of seniors here, over 60, that have moved in already with the confidence that they're buying their final home, and they're being put through an emotional, stressful period of their life when they don't deserve this. And that sometimes is bigger than the financial impact that I'm living with.
You know, thousands of families in Garner are impacted by this. Thousands of families are going to be displaced and have to find new homes. We've got millions in investment that would be lost. We have millions of dollars in tax investment and tax base for the town that would be lost. All of that is basically for what we think is maybe 7 mussels. And at the bottom line here at Town of Garner, we believe that people are more important than mussels.
If they decide to come through our neighborhood, I think that they owe us the dignity, and they should let us know what they're going to do as soon as they can, so we won't have to wait until 2012 to wonder where we're going to be next year.
Over 1,000 families will be impacted if the red route is allowed to be built. So make no mistake about it, we want the red route off, and we don't want to wait till 2012.
So folks have asked us, what should we do? What is the call to action? What should we do to try to preserve the great community that we have here in Garner? We're going to ask folks to get in touch with folks at North Carolina Turnpike Authority. There is a hotline. Number will be provided to everyone. There's also an email address to where you can send comments to the Turnpike Authority officials. There's some Facebook sites on this matter as well. We would encourage folks to take that and move forward with that. Again, just get the word out, talk to folks, And let's see if we can beat this one back like we just have been successful in our other efforts here in Garner.
I thought, well, gosh, maybe this is a serious consideration, as absurd as it looks.
All of that is basically for what we think is maybe 7 mussels.
Our government thinks the mussels are more important than a human being.
Get it off the map now.
To make no mistake about it, we want the red route off, and we don't want to wait till 2012.
They should let us know what they're going to do as soon as they can, so we won't have to wait until 2012 to wonder where we're going to be next year.
There's got to be a better alternative.
On behalf of the 13 neighborhoods in the Garner area and the Garner area that are affected by this, we want this red route taken off now.